Hey.
Oh.
Yep. For those of you
we're
who
live.
we started on time. No, since the show's been on my channel, usually.
No, we're early. This never happens.
Early.
What's going on?
Technically, it's an hour early.
Welcome, everybody. So happy to have all of you here in the chat. As always, I am joined here with my friends in no particular order. We've got Crow. I don't know if he's paying attention.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I was paying attention.
He's ready to
Get
rock.
you off guard. And then we got Rich here to one side of me.
What's going on, everyone?
And then diagonal somewhere, I can't even point. We have Pete, the ever Canadian.
Yeah, don't ask Ed for directions, Omar.
Be that way.
God.
He's the Michael Scott of pointing. Hey, everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
The GPS says go straight, but there's a lake.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw
I
that
hope I'm not
Office
that bad.
episode.
Yeah, no, I'm driving.
I haven't seen one Office episode. So.
Oh, Crow, it's
Really?
you need to
Oh
watch
my
it.
God! You're not
Like
my
UK
friend.
or US?
No, I haven't seen either or.
Oh, the US is so much better than the UK, but the GPS one, I'll just say it. It's like you're trying to find a way, and the GPS is pointing, and Dwight's telling Michael, he goes, but it's pointing into the lake. The GPS is never wrong. And they drive right into the lake.
I know, right? Yeah, that's great. All right, who do we got in the chat? We got Nick the Toy Collector,
What's
got
going
Dan
on?
Nastic, we got 0 Point Spirituality, we got Karsten, we got Ian Hobbies.
Nice.
What else do we have here that's new? We got Dan Ruff
Nice.
and got Jason Shears, Stephen Beat, got the
Yes.
Ballistic Coffee Boy, Venom Fiction. Well,
Oh, man. Right away.
haven't done one of these in a long time. All right, I'll make it short and sweet.
Retro Kill Dash 9.
It's a quiet one. He does a quiet.
Yeah, that one's kind of bearable.
He was subdued.
Kind
one.
of.
Yeah.
Kind of. Well, that's Emtimer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The king of garage sales.
Oh, man. He's and the flea, man.
It's funny, yeah, Flea Market. I was watching him long time ago when he was such a small channel, and he's exploded. He did really quite well.
Yeah. He was
Oh,
a really fun
what
guest
a
to have on
mess.
Karg.
He's not a fan of the Evercade. I'll just put that there.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He doesn't like it?
I don't think he liked the first one, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But he had his reason.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. So how's everyone doing this week?
Hanging in. Yeah, it was, I mean, over on this neck of the woods, it was a busy one, but we strolled into the weekend the right way.
And you hit 300 episodes.
Yeah, we got to the 300 episodes. We did the live one.
That was fun.
Thanks everyone that was there. I see people in the chat mentioning it. Thank you. Thanks of course Ed, Pete, for actually being in the show and stopping by. And then a shout out to brother Mike from NLG. He was in there for a little bit. It was a good time. It was a good time. It felt really good also to do all of those other box openings, some of which we can talk about today as well. But yeah, it's cool. So now that is done, it's the grind again. So I can just start just pumping out episodes and stuff. So very, very excited to do that. So yeah, that was pretty much my week. Other than that, it was like work, like times 10. We were doing testing with the schools.
Yeah.
So it's always busy when like standardized testing hits, because you got to get like machines from places that they weren't ever to you got to change rooms and make sure everything's working, and yeah, it's fun. It's a fun time.
At least you enjoy your work.
Yeah, it's good. You got to make sure you're doing everything you can for the kids,
I
right?
used to like my work. Now I'm like, God, it's soulless.
Oh no.
But I dove into making videos, which were fun. And I put some more focus onto my trading channel, which I gotta say, man, people like my trading card channel. It's doing okay. It's
That's awesome.
I'm hitching close to 1,000, which I can't wait. So yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I'm doing some good stuff over there. I like it. But I put some time in it and actually made some videos for it. I was ignoring it. But yeah, no, it was just a drudgery of a week. I can't wait for the next holiday, whenever that's going to be.
I hear you.
Easter, I guess, right? I think Easter's our next North American holiday.
Yeah, it's got to be coming soon because there's peeps all over the place. So
I don't like Peeps, Crow.
Really? I've
Give
eaten
me
at
heartburn.
least 4 or 5 boxes of these.
Oh
Dang,
no,
I'll have at least one.
I'm
We don't get them in Canada, so I got them in the States, and they give me heartburn.
I'm okay with Peeps, but the thing for me in like Easter candy is a Cadbury cream egg.
I
Yeah.
knew you were gonna say that, and I
So-
used to really like those, but for some reason I just got so sick of them. I
Me
don't think
too,
I ever
bro.
want to eat one again.
Oh, so I found at
They're instant
Walmart.
cavity, Rich.
I know they're like deadly, like it's but they're so good.
Yeah, I know your teeth
but I-
rotten as you're eating it.
Dude, I got so excited. There is so at Walmart, right? They've got this massive, like it's like this big. It's like this big, a Cadbury cream egg. It's like plastic. It's like a plastic egg, and then you open it up. There's 16
Oh my god!
Cadbury cream eggs inside, and it's like
Yes,
10
there it
bucks. And I'm like,
So that
oh my
means it's
goodness,
at my Walmart.
it's such a
too.
great deal.
Isn't
I
it
bought
weird that an egg would hatch another egg?
Yeah,
Well-
well, you know,
Precedent was set with the nesting dolls from Russia.
that's it. Yeah, but it's not like just that
But
would be
they
really
kinda
cool though,
egg-shaped.
and weird because then you just like shell, and then you finally get the actual fondant, which was what you want. But yeah, it's
So to
weird.
bring it back to an Evercade related, so are you guys excited about the mug? I don't know.
Jeez, what a buzz!
I'm excited. I'm so excited about the mug that right now, because of yesterday, I got this piece of paper, right? It's got the cool code that I'm not going to show you. I'm about to burn it right now live on the show and pre-order. That's how excited I am right now.
Yeah, I use it. The mug? Are you saying a mug? I'm excited, but is it all plastic or is it gonna have?
It's all
like
plastic and it's travel. It's not big. Like it's not
no,
a big
that
normal.
don't have stainless steel
Yeah.
inside or something.
It's
No.
not big enough.
It's a cheapie. I mean, listen. So here's it's kind of funny. And I talked a little bit about this last night. So for me, like I don't want to have just like a bunch of like ever stuff. Like before you know it, you've got like the Evercade roll of toilet paper and like the sunglasses.
Spaceballs, the movie.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's cool. Exactly, it's cool for those who like it.
Baseball's
But
the movie.
the thing that you have to remember is like stuff is like really they're really little because they've got to be. I mean, I don't know. I'll be happy when it's like a real mug, and if they don't make an official mug, maybe I'll get one made. I don't know, but it's
Yeah, you can get one through merch, but they'll probably shut you down if your logo looks like theirs. I can
yeah.
tell you that firsthand. But I don't know. I just go up the mug. Is it just all plastic in the inside, or is it a proper travel mug? Because
It looks like cheap plastic. I mean, that's my.
Yeah. I'll use it though because I use like up here at one of our coffee chains as a plastic coffee cup and like that you can use, and they're okay. So
Hard case, yes. Oh, so speaking of things, so what isn't arriving today? Unfortunately, my my EXP is in customs, but what is arriving today? I don't know if y'all. I shared.
Oh,
it.
are you talking about your EXPs in customs?
Why isn't? I'm trying to share.
it's a new episode of the Border Security TV show.
Hold on a second. No, it's
Because now that I
StreamYard
think
is-
about it, I think mine is coming today.
Did
'cause
anybody else
when
pay duty on theirs like I did? Like I had to pay $40 duty.
I've never had to pay duty on anything.
Man, DHL is the devil. Every time I get something from DHL, I get paid duty.
I don't think
Oh.
DHL will specifically deliver
Is that a
to the house.
cinnamon cake?
So of course, I was trying to kind of set up a joke, but StreamYard didn't. Yeah, so it is arriving today. So this is Povatitsa, which is it's a special like kind of like bread on my wife's side of the family. They I didn't know this existed. It's the thing though is it's super expensive because it has to be refrigerated, but they're like this website Strawberry Hills, you can get it. They have like a special deal that is like arriving today.
That's
So
cool.
it's
Answer
like-
the question.
yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
cinnamon?
It can be. They have all kinds of flavors.
I've got a bad addiction to cinnamon type pastry. Like seriously bad addiction towards cinnamon cakes and stuff.
That's cool.
But it's really good. So yeah, so it's like
Looks awesome.
after the
Looks-
show,
I mean, that looks pretty good.
gotta go to my
Hey, at
mom's.
least you get your
and
cake today.
Yeah. Then we got to head back and get that, and then we got to go out to my daughter's color guard things. All kinds of fun. So I'm not getting that, but I am getting this. But yeah, tried to have the timing with StreamYard.
Somebody mentioned a hard case. Ed knows
Yeah.
my story about cases. I will never put my Evercade in a case again.
Wait, what happened? I didn't
When I
hear
was
about this.
traveling, because there's no on-off button,
Yeah.
and I thought
Oh,
it
it
was
just
off,
turned
and
on?
I put it in the soft travel case on the
Yeah.
airplane, and then I went and grabbed it while I was mid-flight, and the case was so hot. When I took the Evercade out, it was like literally almost burning my hands. It was so hot.
Wow.
You know,
Oh, no.
you gave me an idea. I wonder if there's a way to mod the Evercade to put in a switch and remove, like, take out the push button and replace it with a switch.
Yeah, that button is so bad. Like, it's like, I guess it's user error, obviously, but still.
Well, so I want to say though, like, it's like some people, like, you know how some people have like those, you know, susceptibility to, like, you know, personal electric charge. You know, like,
Oh yeah, that's me. That's me all the time. That's why
Yeah.
I have the humidifiers running.
I've picked up like this, just like this. I've picked up the Evercade just like this. Sometimes I'm nowhere near the button and it'll turn on.
Yeah.
So like there is something to it. Like, you know, like you can like accidentally turn the thing on. Yeah, which
Just
is
by
odd.
touching it.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah.
They need to make it so you can put it in a mode to maybe you can't turn it on unless you hold like L and R in the power. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
for those people that are more susceptible, like, you know, put it into some kind of different power on mode. That would be kind of cool, actually.
Either that or a firmware update that if it does accidentally turn on and you don't touch it for a certain time, it goes back into
It just goes back
Yeah,
off.
it needs an
Yeah,
auto shutdown feature or something.
yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. The United States. I mean, you may be able to get it in, you know, other countries or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, I think this one is going to be my new case, though. You know, this will be my go-to
Oh yeah.
now, because I've got the soft cases, but you know, this one is just like that NES case that I had.
Yeah,
You know,
that hard
I've been
case is pretty dope.
taking around that. This is good. I'll just throw it in there. See how it is.
So you guys feel like talking a little Evercade news? That some of the things that are new this week.
Heck yeah, man!
So if
I'm
If
ready to do this.
if StreamYard, yeah, we'll get to Piko. There's just a few things to knock out of the way. So one thing I thought that was neat, yeah, it's actually showing up. That I like that they did with the VS is now you can go to their site, you can go to all the previous versions, and you can just click on it and you can see all the patch notes.
That is cool.
Yeah.
The biggest news for me was the update, the one that was on Sunday, I think. Because what I found out from that is that the game time you played carries over from device to device.
Oh, does it now? Okay.
Yeah, because I popped in one of the Atari carts to try out the make sure the paddle games work, like Steeplechase, and when I popped it in, it already had the time I played it on the handheld.
Is it accurate now, though?
I only played it for like 5 minutes, so
It's weird
it was
because
accurate to 5 minutes.
do I dare bring up when I had my Cathedral issue and I saw it, like it said I played once and it said I played twice, and so you know what? So that is that is one thing to talk about. So here's what's funny. So I make that video and I forgot Pete, and then I love it. One of the first comments, he's like, "Hey, you all thought I was silly about like copying over files and save states and having that," and I'm like, "No, you were right. I wish."
Yep.
You know,
I got lambasted saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's a native. It doesn't need save states." Blah blah blah. That's why I say it goes against the very ecosystem of Evercade. Having save states and everything. Why couldn't they put it on native?
Because it's
Yeah,
not
They need to go
emulated.
further. They need
I
to
was
back
a
up.
little disappointed about it too.
There you go, Pete. Hope that makes up. Pete was
That's
right.
right.
Well, it gives the ability to back up save states to main memory on the game, right? They
Yeah.
take up no space. Like throw it on the device. Do something. Like no
Right.
one should ever lose their
It's
20
because
hours.
it's not emulated, so it's not.
That's right. Yeah, you can't run in the engine.
But here's one thing, and I haven't. So I did bring the issue to Ryan. I talked about this last time. So what's interesting, and I think of why that happened was because he was saying with Cathedral, they do say like it's constantly saving, but it's one of those games where they don't let you know when it saves because it would be annoying. But he was saying like when you open a door, go into a town, and we know that like it's like what uses like the Linux ext4 file system, and so it's like actually better protected for native games versus the save states. But it was like if you hit the perfect storm, which I think I did with with the screen going blank in the audio, that's a different issue. That's how my save state got corrupted. But what he hasn't responded to me back. I don't know. Ryan is lurking that. I don't think this would be too difficult if they did implement. You know what you're saying, Pete, where you could copy from any cart like to the VS to the EXP to local, save states and file. You know, at least copy it local so I can make a backup. I'd feel better about that.
That seems like it's very doable.
Yeah, because you know what would be really sweet about that, because then like you could like I don't know, you could like copy like in the VS you could copy from one cart to another, like if you had two, like if you had like the same game. I don't know, but you know.
Yeah, and it's like you can do like, you know, you don't have to use like all the save memory, but allocate maybe, you know, 100 blocks of memory for save states, and then if you run out of it, you have to delete another save state. But at least then you have the option to back it up on the actual system.
So Rick, what's funny about this? I don't know if you're British or not, but like Fanny means something different than it does here in the States. So that's actually even funnier that you say fanny pack.
Doesn't fanny mean your butt?
No, it's something else.
Something else.
It's fine.
Oh, okay. In Canada, it means your butt.
Someone in the chat wants to, well, you know, from the UK, wants to like
let's not talk about that, please.
Apparently, it's bad.
Right. Oh no, yeah, it's. And I don't think it would even be like a blocked word, but education. Yeah. See, that's what I was. It was just a weird. It was just a weird, freaky kind of. You know, it was just a weird, freaky kind of thing. But it does, you know, it does make me kind of nervous to like want to play it, like want to play it again on the VS, because that was just the only weird thing, like with the volume just getting louder. And I've heard various people say with that game on the VS sometimes they've had like sound issues. So I don't know if it's a VS thing or not.
Yeah, and you know, either way, it would be just a nice convenience feature to add later.
Yeah.
So, you know, so it's one of those things.
There we go. Yeah, that's a very polite way. Exactly. Particularly a woman's front is what it's referring to.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are weird.
Trying to be respectful.
You got some weird pieces.
Yeah.
But if they're going to continue to do native games, they need to solve that.
Yeah.
They just need to. Like, I mean, come on, it's not rocket science.
Well, I mean, it would wind up maybe being, you know, to some consumers a detriment to see like, okay, cool, it's great that you have games that are running natively on the console, and that's awesome. But if you're stripping down, you know, like quality of life features that are on all the emulated stuff, like it doesn't, you know, you're kind of like backing yourself into a corner where you're removing things that are, you know, that could be, you know, good for somebody to be like, oh yeah, it's great that they have these, and also, you know, there are some things that are maybe different, but you know, can be good at the same time.
You're hurting anybody by adding save states to native games.
You know what? I would even settle for
that's also true.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd have to build something into the system in order to make that happen.
Well, I think
it doesn't already exist. That's why it's not there.
Well, you know what they could do, which would be great. Why not automatically like back up that save file internally?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the last time it saves, just back it up internally to the VS or the EXP. Like that would be something. That would be fun.
Right. Yeah.
Because at some point,
go ahead. Yeah. If you had to do it automatically, you know, like, and it could be a feature maybe on EXP and VS only, because you know file sizes are so limited on the OG, and also it's not in support anymore. But
it wouldn't matter because it's because it would just be on the cartridge anyway.
Well, no, you would want it to, in case something happened to the cart. But I think the argument
if something
is,
happened to the cart, my argument is if something happened to the cart, the game wouldn't work.
Well, that's true.
No,
too.
You're just talking about the file.
So Crow, what I think he's referring to, which is like one of the awesome things about the Retron, you can copy like your retro game saves like over, and so that way if you have to replace
to an SD card,
Yeah,
so that would be a new hardware revision.
Yeah, but I mean, this would be cool too. Like if you did have, like if your cart did fail, then you could copy your save states over.
Well, yeah, but not. I say so. The thing that I would warn against that, obviously, and I'm imagining as far as data security goes, you know, you would want it only to be, you know, like two-way between the cart and the system, and just that system. right?
Yeah, yeah.
If you have a VS and an EXP, you can have it back up on both, but only transfer if there is a corruption event, right?
Yeah.
So there's a corruption event on the cart, then okay, well you have your backup, and backup A could be on a VS and backup B could be on your EXP. Obviously, they're not going to be the same file because you're not in the same place in the game when you make those saves or whatever. But at least there is something on a system that you can then copy back to, but only between those. You wouldn't want system to system transfer, either wirelessly or via like a USB or something like that, because if you do that, then you run the risk of people injecting things into a save file in order to.
Well, see, that'd be
corrupt the
fine
system,
because
so.
you put the cart in your VS, it can copy a save there, then you can take that same cart, put it in your XP, each other in signatures, and then maybe in the future, since you have online capability, you could like back it up to like a Google Drive.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I just think it's one of the quality of life things. I wouldn't mind having a backup to saves anyway, just in general.
Sure.
And you know what? It's not like this is new territory technology wise. It's
Right.
before.
Yeah.
See, and that's what killed me because I was like, if this was on if I was playing this on Steam Deck, I'd have another backup local copy. I would have had a cloud save. You know what I mean? I would have had options where I could recover. So that's Oh, well, I was going to say, hold that. We'll get to that when we talk about.
Did I freeze or did everybody else freeze?
I think you froze.
I think. Yeah, I mean, we're good.
Oh, you crow.
We'll
Okay,
get to
it must have been just me. Everybody. I got an answer for that.
Oh, so there is another. So there is another friendly reminder that I just kind of wanted to tell people, because when I put that video, I did get some comments, and I just want to say, like, any type of like comments that hints that could like advocates either privacy or like breaking Evercade security, I'm just going to ignore because this is like the one device that's like pure and all that. And yes, for people that there is somebody who's like made it so you could like they hack their Evercade where they can put in a cart and copy save files to their PC. But come on, like that's ridiculous. Like we shouldn't have to do that, and I'm not gonna.
I know someone like that.
Right.
Like advocate, for that because
Oh yes, different to do it and then advocate for it for sure.
But anyway, so do you all want to talk a little bit about Piko 3?
Yeah, man. Let's do it. As I open up my total plan cart.
Let's see if we can do this. There we go.
Yeah, this
Usually
was the big
YouTube
surprise from last Sunday, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
The fun stuff.
Thanks, Fun Stock.
They're the same company. How'd that happen? Or they're part of the same group of companies.
Right.
Wait, me and Crow tried to remember that Crow we started talking about that on Sunday.
Yeah, we talked about this on Sunday. A bit.
We were like, wait a minute. I started investigating it and my head hurt trying to figure out who owns Blaze Entertainment.
No, we didn't. It's not. I mean, I just thought that they were owned by the same. I always thought they were owned by the same company.
Yeah.
It made sense to me. I don't know
it's
why.
a husband and wife apparently, and two other people that own Blaze. That's my research.
This is cool.
What?
Because Punch King, I got the most excited, and somebody was saying apparently that Punch King is a bad game, which I hope it's not, because that really excited me to have like a
well, like I said when I was watching these, I was like, "There's probably a reason nobody talks about these games."
Yeah, videos.
I just wish they show more of the games in the trailer.
Is that better? Is that better now, Dan?
Why does the trailer need to only be like a minute and a half, of which?
Well, it only needs to be a minute. If you want to see more about the games, you could always just look up more videos on it.
I don't know. I don't know. I think the trailer's too short. It could be at least 2 minutes.
Yeah, it could be my internet
because
connection. So the
sometimes
problem is normally I would upload.
I was going to say that normally,
dude,
sometimes they have
talking?
trailers that are like 3 minutes or so, but
Yeah,
I can even try doing it too if you want. I can try uploading a video on my end.
well, see, here's the thing. See, here's the problem is that uploading it isn't the issue as much. It's just you won't do it on a loop, but like playing it through YouTube will do it on a loop. Unless you want to try playing it on a loop, and maybe you have better bandwidth than I do.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could go through here though. This is pretty cool. Go through the game.
That's the only reason. Otherwise, if it was like a few minute or 5 minute trailer, then I would just upload it and it would be fine. But it's annoying to have to keep clicking it. So for the behind the scenes stuff,
it's all good.
10 games.
Yep.
So So the first thing I just want to say is like that boy and girl that they had on the front, like that. I thought was really weird. Like that cracked me up. Like, well, who are they? What characters? You know?
Oh yeah, they were from 40 Winks because I asked the same question and 10,000 people on the video like it was just like, yeah, they're the guys from 40 Winks. I'm like, okay, sounds great.
Yeah, because the box I looked it up and I know why I heard of that game before is because the Nintendo 64 port was never released. But Piko, when they got their hands on it, released the Nintendo 64 version, and that's where I saw the box art before.
Got it.
Oh.
Got it.
So
That's
Nick brings
pretty
up
cool.
a good question. Do you? And I think maybe in all our videos we may have said like, what do y'all think about like, will the D-pad? Do you think that'll be fine for a 3D game like that, or?
It should be fine because most PlayStation games, PS1 games, worked fine without the analog sticks.
Yeah.
Because the original controller didn't have the analog sticks.
Right.
That's
So it was a
right.
requirement.
Yeah,
I guess.
unless it was a DualShock required game like Metal Gear or something like that, then
Ape Escape was the other one.
Ape Escape.
Oh.
So that's why I when the PlayStation Mini came out, one of the main complaints that people had was, oh, it's not a dual analog controller. I'm like, well, yeah, it kind of makes sense because it would add to the price of it, and without the analog sticks, that's the original controller in it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people forget that, right? Launch day didn't have any analog sticks.
it was actually a couple of
N64
years.
forced that conversation, right?
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't until after the Nintendo 64 came out that they were like, oh, we got to one up them. Let's put 2 analog sticks on
Dang
it.
you, Nick. He keeps knowing when
They all
keeps knowing
decided to go
when I
back
wanna
to the
bring it
80s for control input. So
So,
40
like,
Winks,
Zero-
I think that one surprised most people that it was there. It felt like it in a lot of
40
the
Winks, yeah.
comments.
No, I'm
Yeah.
glad we're getting a good PlayStation game. That's
Yeah. No, I'm excited about that for sure.
and then Zero Tolerance. I was kind of curious too. Like, do we think that? I mean, that excites me in FPS, but do we think the screen might be too small, like on the handheld? Since that
Well, I was already kind of familiar with the game because I knew about it when it originally came out and how it was a big deal that a first-person shooter was on the Genesis. But that's all anybody ever talks about this game. I have that it's a first-person shooter on the Genesis. I don't know anything beyond that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the viewable area. See, like how tiny.
Yeah, I mean it is pretty tiny, and then on the handheld screens, it might be a little bit like of a minor issue, but I don't know. I mean,
Well, the other thing was the technique that they used to get this first-person shooter to work on the Genesis. It's all vertical lines. It's kind of weird. If you pay attention to the footage, you could kind of see the vertical lines, like in the spacing between them.
Well, that's the
God.
only way to get work. Keep the screen, the size small where the game's running. Same as Doom, right? On Super Nintendo, they had to do the same technique, make the size of the screen smaller because it would too many frame rate drops.
right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see, how it performs. I mean, obviously the hardware is advanced enough where it would be able to, you'd be able to pull full screen Doom on the Evercade no problem if they were to port one of those. But, but yeah, no, it's cool. It's neat. It's a neat bit of history for sure.
Zero wing and tate mode. No.
Zero wing and tate mode.
Yeah, that's right. You can play any game in Tate mode.
Zero tolerance and Tate mode. Oh no.
Yeah, do it. That's a great idea.
Actually, I kind of like
Hey,
this
that
format.
would would expand the window to make it look like it's square. It would make it bigger.
Right? Yeah. We'll have to
Wild.
try that. You know what? Actually, looking at the games like this with a short trailer, we can actually pause and talk about them, so it's kind of neat. And then we have the Legend of Wukong,
Wukong, which is actually based on what was it, Journey to the West? Same
Yeah,
thing
this
that
is an
Dragon Ball is.
unreleased
Yeah,
Korean/Chinese game, so this has got a lot of Brave Battle Saga kind of vibes to it.
this might be the game I'm most looking forward to trying.
Yeah,
out.
me too. I think.
Any more RPGs?
Bro, what
Thank
I
you.
did, I read up on it afterwards, and I've seen. Oh, first of all, unreleased got me right there. That means it's pretty cool that they're putting over whether it's going to be as good as Brave Battle Saga for me. It's not the greatest RPG game, but it got me really back hardcore into those style of games.
Yeah.
And it was just fun. It was just fun doing that again. But I'm looking forward to this one. Looks good. The art style looks really nice. Is this a Genesis game, Mega Drive game?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
It looks like the art style. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Genesis
looks
wasn't known
like
for
it-
RPGs, right?
Oh,
I know.
I did
That's
look
why
it
I'm
up.
worried.
I think it is a Genesis game.
Yeah.
I think it
That's
is.
good, right? To play like Super Nintendo was king of RPGs back in the day, right? In that generation, so it's good to see a Genesis
Well,
one.
Genesis did have some good RPGs on it, like the Phantasy Star series.
Yeah, but not
Of
as
course.
like Super Nintendo just seemed to have more, I guess I should say.
Yes.
Yeah, that would
Square
be
Enix
true.
ruled. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that because
It was actually just Square or Enix back then.
I know.
yeah. Get your
Super
retro
Fighter
right,
team
man.
was the development team and Game
Yeah,
Tech.
so like I think those 3 games in itself is pretty freaking cool. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. And then now we have more. So then I love how we have something weird like Stanley, the Search for Dr. Livingston cracked me up. Is
that
this
a
a running
single
gun?
screen game? I wonder.
Is it
Bro?
what?
Is it a single screen game?
I never looked it up. I heard about the game back then. It's
I
I
heard
think
it,
it's a
but I
later
can't remember.
it's a later NES release.
See, I refuse to
But-
do a lot of research until I get them in my hand. I'll do a minimal amount to get me by and be knowledgeable. So I'm scared to go research it because, like,
Yeah, you
know,
don't want to spoil
I
it.
want to
yeah.
play.
was
I want
never-
to cringe first time. I don't want to put like videos out of this is the game on the Evercade and it's 3 months out.
I was never interested enough to look it up.
At first, I was thinking it might be like a Castlevania type too, like a Metroidvania. Weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just like a running game.
Absolutely not. I would not
Yeah.
expect that from
I
a
know.
NES title.
But apparently, Dr. Livingston is missing, and you're on the search for him.
Oh,
Yeah.
He says it's a cool sleeper game. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks,
I'll
Carson.
sleep.
I'm
I'll sleep
all
when
about
you
it.
play it.
Cool sleeper game. That sounds intriguing to me. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm super excited about this more than the Amiga collection, to be honest with you. So
There's lots of good
Know
stuff.
about
So Super Bubble Pop, I don't know, like that. I mean, I love puzzle
What is
games. That
that?
looked really weird to me, like with the
Okay,
like the-
this was a
that's a rich game.
budget. I remember seeing it as a budget PS1 game, but then
Yes.
I realized that this isn't the PS1 version. When I looked it up, this is the Game Boy
It's
Advance.
the Game Boy
version.
Advance version, yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Game Boy
got freaked out
Advance
by it
is
too because as soon as I saw it, my brain went back in time because I owned this game on PlayStation back
So,
in the
what
day.
did you think of the game? Did you
I
like
liked
it?
Tony.
I liked it a lot, but I'm
This is a
I'm the
rich
weird
game.
guy that likes like all of the puzzle games ever, including all of the obscure ones that everyone hates. So like,
Oh,
don't
okay.
take my endorsement with the most
So-
endorsement, but I really enjoyed this game.
You can't think of
Okay.
a puzzle game you don't like.
Probably not.
Yeah, Rich loves these games. If he says it's good, I'm willing to try it.
Yeah, it's fun time. It is. It really
Well,
is a fun time.
It'll be on the collection, so I'll have to try.
Oh
it.
yeah,
There it is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So
Then we
no,
get another 8-bit game, like any like metal mech. I don't know, anything with like mechs in it are cool, like that. You know,
Yeah.
That's actually a Jalico game, so it's kind of weird that that's not on a Jalico collection.
Yeah, it looks like they probably lost the publishing on or rights, but kind of looks like that RoboCop villain. That
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Ed 209.
Ed 209, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly
One
where
that
my
can't-
head went too when
you
I
can't
saw
walk-
it. I was like, wait, is this
Can't-
a
Hopefully-
RoboCop game that got his license stripped?
Hopefully there aren't any stairs in the game.
The mortal enemy of the mech. Yeah.
That robot is an ancient ancestor of the ATST walker in Star Wars.
Ooh.
Can't walk over logs.
That's
You
right.
know, legally.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
that's great. And then, so another cool thing I thought, Crow, you pointed out that like Radical Bikers is Game Boy Color because I couldn't place with the
Yes.
graphic style.
I'm worried about that because the controls. God, I'm good. These are hit and miss on controls.
This one,
Mhm.
this one I'm actually really interested in too. If maybe this is my most one I'm most interested in because it's a Galco game,
Yeah. Yep.
Looks
and
visually
the
looks
and it's based on an arcade game
Yes.
with the weirdest soundtrack ever.
It has a weird soundtrack. I didn't know.
Yeah, I and somewhere in the Discord I posted a link to a YouTube video that's just the song that plays in the background.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
a weird song about how you're a pizza man delivering pizzas.
That's awesome. I gotta check
But
that out.
that's what the game is about. Well, at least I assume that this Game Boy Color version is the same as the arcade version. You're delivering pizzas.
Yeah. Well, it says in Radical Bikers, you hit the streets as a brightly colored motor scooters, deliver pizza, and complete against
Okay,
the
there-
clock. Yeah. Awesome.
So was this an unreleased port of an arcade game? Because that's what.
Oh no, this was released.
Why does it say unreleased 8-bit? It's
Oh,
this
wait.
is an 8-bit reimagining. of
Unreleased.
the
Maybe it wasn't. There was a
Yeah.
PlayStation version of the game for sure.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so that's where my mind goes. It's like, why not give us the PlayStation version?
This is more special.
But you can get the unreleased 8-bit version.
Yeah. I think.
I
That's
guess I could have swore it was released. But maybe I misread that.
Cool. Yeah. I'm just going by what
PlayStation and
Louise
arcade
has here.
game is the platforms on Wiki.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
then
It's
I
all
don't
about
Tom,
the controls. If it controls good, I'll like it. If not, but
I know, right? Let's hope so, because it sounds like the music is going to be cool in our style. And then
Okay.
Motor City
Yeah.
Patrol, that one is kind of match. I mean, I don't
that's
know.
GTA, man. That's the OG
Hey,
GTA.
Is
one.
it?
It's
Well,
that's a
I mean,
Matchbox. That's a Matchbox
It's like-
licensed game.
But it
That's
looks
right.
like a GTA style, right? The original GTA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
Okay.
play as the cops.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It might be better. It just kind of looked like a weird racing game. It might be better.
I like it.
I don't think it's a
I'm
racing
into it.
game at all.
No, you
Oh,
just
okay.
control a grid.
You got to go and like
Like a
gun people
map,
down,
and
and
you
your
just
cars can
patrol it
shoot.
and arrest people. I think.
That might be fun. All right. I'll give it a chance. Oh, you know what's missing? Oh no, never mind. That was the Omega Collection. And then
And then
this
they got
boxing. I hope
Punch-Out.
this is good. I hope Punch King is good. I want it to
It
be
looks
good.
like Punch Out.
Yeah.
So is this a PlayStation game or a GBA game?
That's a GBA game.
Yeah.
You can tell because the
Yeah.
the sides of the screen are wider.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that kind of was weird about the trailer. When they showed the Game Boy Advance games, they cut off the edges of the screens.
Why?
I don't know why.
Hmm.
It was weird.
I want this to be good, but as we know, the other boxing games that we've had, have not really been as.
I've never heard of it, so that scares me.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but only vaguely.
Yeah.
So,
Someone commented on my video and said it was a horrible game, but I'm like, oh god, I hope that's not true.
Well, somebody can have that opinion on every game, to be honest with you. Like,
True.
Yeah.
I hated that game.
Except everybody would have that opinion on the next game.
This
I
game,
never saw anybody say anything good about Sword of Sodan.
no.
Yeah.
This is
It-
it's
keep
a
the
horrible.
comments from
When
me,
I've
too.
heard, I guess the best way to describe it's a horrible Genesis port of a horrible Amiga game.
So why would they put it on there?
Whoops.
Yeah, dude, just the art style
Somebody-
looks funky and the clunky sprites, and this is like one of those games that you would rent as a kid and be happy you didn't buy it. I don't know.
Somebody from Blaze must love it. Or that was the only game they got for Christmas one year.
Yeah.
You know what? I just realized the only reason this is on there is a secret message. Sword of Sodan, SOS. Someone at Blaze needs help.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I speculate? They're like, okay, you can have like 40 Wink and some of these other games, but we're gonna have to give you Sword of Sudan. They're like, fine.
You have to take it.
Yeah. Oh my god, really, Paul? Ooh, 40
I
bucks.
think they're
Ow.
trolling us.
Ow.
Well, I think it was an early Genesis game, so I think people
Yeah.
were more tolerant of
Yeah.
games like this.
Round up to 10
Well, actually,
games.
let's see when it came out. We could do the we got the wikis.
I'm thinking 92.
That would be 3 years
Who
into the
wants to take
Genesis.
it? Who wants to take a guess? It was so he 92 was the guess for Pete.
No, I'm gonna guess 89.
89 was your guess. All right, go
I'll say 90.
90.
Yeah. Be in the middle. Why not?
Ed's the winner.
Woo!
So 90 was the Genesis release. 88 is the Amiga release, and 93 on Macintosh. Man, those sprites are huge, though.
I don't know. Good graphics.
Well, it's not
That's
okay.
weird.
It's an illusion. Those sprites aren't actually that big. There's
Really?
like it's like their sprites are combined to make a one character.
Hey,
Oh.
These two sprites per
our
character.
RGB TV came up with Evercade's new slogan: "Every collection needs a poop game." Yes.
And you can
But-
kind of tell because
Check out-
when they're moving, you can see that the animation of the legs are moving separately than the animation of the torso.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
Well,
of course.
just check out this. I know it's small. Like I wish I could make it bigger, but it was like the image is only 388 by 256. But
Let's see.
here you see it.
But that's
Look
the
I got a
Amiga
feeling
version.
I'm
I
gonna like
think.
this game.
Look at that
That's-
huge.
That's the Amiga version of the game.
Yes, it is. But look at it though. Like it's like here. Can I make it bigger? Can you see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a
That's
feeling I'm gonna
crazy.
Like this game.
And it looks cool from that screenshot. But...
Yeah, man.
Blaze must be fully aware that they have to include some less than stellar titles.
Yeah.
This one's going to make everything else look great on the
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
But I'm pumped though.
Yeah, Amiga, man.
Pico 3, let's
go. Pico better than the Amiga collection in my mind.
I mean, I'm just excited for the discovery on the Amiga. You know, like,
I'm looking forward to the Team 17 one more than this one, to be honest.
Yeah, I played a bunch of those already on my Mini, so.
Well, that's the thing is, like, I have the Mini, but I think I barely touched any of those games, so I still haven't played them.
well, and we did the roundup on that, right? Wasn't there is it like 4 of the games or 5 of the games or something like that?
Yeah, it's like 5 of them are on the Mini.
Or on the Mini, and the others aren't. So like, it's not bad.
I've got
again, I don't have a Mini, so I don't have any.
3,500 games on my Amiga Mini.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. It's a whole moot point because you put whatever
you
want on your Mini.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. There we go. You got
No worries. Yeah, I know, right?
Nah, he's so funny,
Yeah.
Evercade cart.
only
special
if
edition.
they do an LGN cart. Just get an LJN cart and put all those movie license games on there and get James Rolfe to do like a.
Oh yeah, could you imagine seeing the
cards.
licensing that cartridge?
Oh, it'd be a nightmare.
A
An
licensing
absolute
nightmare. And you'd be paying out the nose for like the most worst games ever.
Yes.
And then have to call it the Poop Collection,
Yeah.
Poop Collection 1.
The terrible collection 1.
Yeah. These games will make you want to throw it in the trash. Oh my goodness.
Howdy.
Hello. How's it going? So so that's good. I mean, I'm hype about it.
Yeah, man. More Pico the better. I like Pico 2 also.
Yeah, Pico 2. I mean, it's
What was on Piko 2 that was good? Oh, there was only one game I really liked on Piko 2, and that was Top Racer 2.
Top Racer is good, yeah. Yep.
You didn't like Soccer Kid?
I liked Racing Fever.
Oh,
I really liked Racing Fever.
I played Soccer Kid before. I don't really like that game. In fact, you know what? I hate the game, but I like the game even less when I finished
Winter Challenge?
Wait.
No, Winter Challenge. No, you got to be kidding me. Winter Challenge. That was like that, and Summer Challenge were 2 of the worst games on the Evercade.
Didn't you like Eliminator Boat Duel though, Crow?
Oh,
Yes, I did like that one.
Don't
Okay.
you like all the
Yes.
Summer Olympic games? I mean, come on, Crow. You're the man.
Didn't you watch my video? They're like
No.
the worst games. The frame rate's terrible. You can't play those games.
I love Eliminator Duel.
So yeah, I mean, there's some cool stuff to be had on that.
This
but
roadmap needs to
I'm
be
way more
built.
excited for 3 than 4 or 3
Like-
than 2.
We're not kids. This is not Christmas morning or like we need this filled out. They need to put proper stuff in there so we can talk about it. Like why is the mystery?
Yeah.
Like why the mystery? The mystery, like come
I
on,
like
give
it.
a proper roadmap.
I like it.
No,
I
it's
think
like
it's-
no, dude. I'm like I just want to know what's coming so we can talk about it. Whether they change stuff up or not. That's the whole thing. I think it's a mystery because they don't have stuff cemented in.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you might be right there. So with C64 and Total Plan, we've got those en route next month with Game of the Month.
And we got Amiga and Pico for May, right?
Amiga and Pico
Yeah.
for May, yeah.
Right. Yeah, for the next month. See, that's what I was going to say. We have April and May. But see, for me, though, I'll also have Topolin Collection 1 and Irem Collection 1 coming since I haven't played those. I'll have a few carts. And then
That's true.
for June and July. So then it kind of comes back. And then I just noticed, so February, are we getting 2 carts? Are we getting Indie Heroes 3 and something else, it looks like?
Yeah, that's what it looks like,
Yeah.
which is cool.
But you got to remember, you can't take this like. I mean, they
Yeah.
usually change these up like
I know.
crazy throughout the year. So you really, all those question marks, there might as well be nothing there.
Yeah,
That's just what they're planning.
Yeah, you just never know.
True.
Yeah.
But then like November, December, so it's neat. Like some of these are back to back, and then some we have spacing. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, the roadmap's more like a guideline.
Yep. Well, yeah, I mean things change. I mean, we were supposed to get into Heroes Live. There could always be like production issues, and
Right.
who knows.
Right. But I still think though that cadence is good. It's 2 carts just about every 2 months, maybe a little more in the holidays. I'm okay with this. It seems to be really cool. And as far as the, again, even the price point, I was actually just having this conversation with my brother-in-law yesterday, and averaging it out. It's like, if you took it, like as a collector who gets every single cart and you broke it down by month, it's almost just it's like $20 a month. And you're getting, all these collections of games like throughout the year. I pay more for that for Netflix.
Yeah, and you get a physical copy. Yeah,
and you're getting all these games. Like, it's awesome. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm okay with this. So.
Oh, and then on for those of you who haven't watched Rich's 300th episode, which you need to, or at least just the first 10 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. That's just because I came out to do the warm-up. Yeah, just watch the first 10 minutes. You don't need to. But no, Oliver popped in, and he was just teasing us. He's like, "Hey, I can't say anything else about it." And he said this like several times, but he's like, the next game of the month for Indie Heroes 3 is going to be awesome, and I think Ryan teased that too. So it's supposed, really overhyped.
It's just, the cat's out of the bag somewhere. Muskine knew, Roger knew.
Well,
obviously Ryan knows. All these people know about what's going on. Like, come on, guys. So, like, what's up with this game of the month?
I know, right?
I mean, the hype. I'm scared of the hype meter now because it's way up high.
Yeah,
it's way up high. So, and we know it's an indie game because it's going to be Indie Heroes 3 that they're doing the game of the month for. So, I mean, what kind of heavyweight indie title are they going to drop that's just going to literally just blow people's minds?
I wonder if it's going to be like that good. Like those of you who like have like the standard and the EXP or maybe even my BS. Like, is it going to be that good? We're like, no, I don't want to flash the next firmware. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe. So
interesting. So Anthony Chipmunk. So yeah, he mentions Neo Geo. I doubt this would happen, but we do know. Blaze did. Or was it Ryan who said, or was it Sean? I can't remember. Is it that we're going to get 2 new publishers? So I don't know. Could one of them be SNK? I don't know.
I mean, it's possible. Well, they also said that there was going to be multiple systems that have not yet released on Evercade that you'll be able to play games for. So, I mean, we've got a ton of them now. They're already existing is just about everything from the second generation up, outside of the TurboGrafx and the Neo Geo, right? So Sega everything else was Sega CD for sure. Yeah. Yep. Oh man, if they had Sega CD games,
something weird like a Philips Interactive CDI or something.
Oh yeah, I mean there are the obscure ones.
Well, if they did, there's one game they should put on there, and that's Mutant Rampage.
On a CDI.
Yeah, the CDI.
Yeah.
I have that.
Yep. Yeah, Sinclair.
It's a bad game, but it's probably the best thing you'll get on the CDI.
Or was it like actually no? It was Pete's idea that said that we need to do like the Veltrex, like with a virtual overlay, like that would be.
Yeah, that would be wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jason, yeah, I think they did confirm that game of the month will be all Indie Heroes 3 titles. Yeah, because that's what they did that's what they did last year. But I'm almost positive in the email where they announced game of the month for this year, that's exactly what they said. It was going to be all Indie Heroes.
I know, no Sega, but again, it's funny we talked a little about this on Rich's show last night. Since now Atari actually owns Berserk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they got the Stern game. So
yes, yeah.
So, but they announced Berserk and Frenzy, and then they said they have 10 other titles.
So it's just a matter of looking up what games Stern made, because they're mostly pinball manufacturer, but they did come out with a bunch of arcade games back then.
Yeah, but is it enough to get another 10?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a collection right there. Or, you know what? I'd like to see an Atari 3 with some of those games and throw in some more like some Songbird.
Oh, they did Scramble, I think.
Yep.
Oh wait, that was programmed by. They just released that. That's really Konami.
Yeah. I think Konami owns that.
Oh, those are pinball machines. Oh yeah, there's quite a few. They did Puyan. No, wait, that's Konami too. Yeah. Apparently, they released a lot of Konami games here. So Berserk is theirs. Moon War, Armored Car, Frenzy, Tasmania, not that Tasmania, Dark Planet, Rescue, Mazer Blazer, Lost Tomb, Minefield, Great Guns, Gold to Go, and Super Bagman. But Gold to Go is a Laserdisc game.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then we've talked about like pinball and tape mode. Like that would be freaking fantastic.
But yeah, Stern's still around. Actually, they went away and then they came back.
Yeah, they're still making like modern pins.
Yeah, they did the James Bond, the Foo Fighters table, right?
Yeah, they're the ones. They're the the most popular pinball current pinball manufacturer. They come out with like at least 3 tables a year. The James Bond one is like the most recent one.
Yeah.
Bagman.
But yeah, so I just thought like, the thing that really blew me away though was the fact that, like, okay, Atari announced, okay, we got the licenses for, Berserk and Frenzy and then some other things that we're going to tell you about later. They, drop that news on a Thursday, and then on Friday, you're like, oh, by the way, if you've got a VCS, it's just like, here you go. It's Berserk.
Yeah.
On VCS, done. Like, that's cool. That's rad. So, and I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, why not? They've got the emulator for it. They own the property. It's like just reformat the box art into like that size,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I really want to get a recharge out of this too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Why else would you buy it? Because just to re-release the 2600 game all over the place is nice, but no, you want to do something with this property at that point. So.
I think someone asked if the Evercade could handle recharge. I think the biggest thing is it would be like the file size, right? Like I'm not sure. Like they would have to like down port it specifically.
I don't know. I think that the memory they have in the cartridge, that I think they can expand that. They can make that bigger. The problem is it would make the cartridge more expensive, just like an SD card. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
TV Graphics 16. I'm late again. It's all good. Catch it.
Because
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say I bought a bunch of those recharge games during the Steam sale that started a couple days ago.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Mars is really good.
I was just kind of curious to see how much space it was taking up.
They're not that big. I think 2 gigs.
Heavens and Mars, no, it's like a couple hundred megs or something like that.
No, I think it's 2 gigs, isn't it?
2 gigs? I don't think so.
I played it on my Steam Deck.
Yeah.
I don't think I bought Caverns of Mars because I don't think that one was on sale.
I can't remember.
No. I would.
But it's pretty fun game. But yeah.
But
But
that's the thing, though.
We should have asked Roger last night about the game of the month. Did we ask whether North Americans or Europeans would like it? British people.
Oh no,
Yeah, he would answer. Yeah. Yep.
When are they going to announce that? I wonder, because April's 2 weeks away, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, they should. I mean, obviously, they should announce it soon, right?
LRJ already working hard. Popped into
Or do you think they're waiting to update the next firmware, and when they update it, they'll announce it that day, so it'll be live, perhaps? Because they have to update the firmware for the game of the month, right?
That's right.
Oh, I got a question. Did they say that the game of the month is coming to the EXP, or is that a VS feature?
No, it's definitely coming to the EXP.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be on the XP.
Okay, good.
That's what the coming soon spot is for on the EXP.
I think they're just waiting for all of us to get our limited editions.
Yeah.
Oh, that's possible. Like making sure that like everyone that wanted it, like got their stuff.
Yeah,
that's true.
So that's interesting. But like the Switch is like, I think you can have like 16 to 32 gigs per Switch card. So yeah, that's the thing of the recharge games. Let's say take 500 to a gig. Then to your point, you're saying Crow, they couldn't have bigger carts, and then they might be more expensive. And then it's like, would people really be willing to do that? It's like, yes, a physical copy is cool, but if you can buy it for $5 to $10 and play it.
But it seems like these recharge games, at least the ones that I have, are on average around 500 megs each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even a dual. So here's my whole thing. So while love Atari, love the recharge games, I know about them. Versus like Always Awakening and like Cathedral, I didn't. So I'd kind of rather them go after like those lesser known like indie titles and do those like dual carts, or do something really special like a Paprium that's difficult to get, but I doubt we're going to see that because
that story had a a crazy thing.
Yeah.
It was a wild deal.
But yeah, we'll just have to see. So with things winding down a little bit, we can have we can do like final thoughts, whatever people kind of want to bring up in the chat or talk about
Hell yeah.
here today.
Caverns of Mars is 632 megabytes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No.
I mean, it's like an average early PlayStation game.
No. PlayStation maxed it at 500 meg.
Yeah, and
Well,
most of those,
yeah. I guess you're.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because DVDs only could store what 700 megabytes.
750 on a CD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Yep.
you'd be surprised how small a lot of PlayStation games are, especially if you take out the CD audio and
Yeah.
video files.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
how it
you're right.
always is. Even like on Dreamcast, like they always like advertise like these are like 4 gig discs, and then they like rare little games utilize all that.
All the
So-
Final Fantasy extra discs were for audio files and video files.
Yeah, cutscenes. Yeah.
Oh, there's a cutscene coming up. Insert disc 3, but I'm playing on disc 1.
I know, it's so annoying. It's like, God, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm just having some wild times right now.
What are you playing?
As
Bazzette.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's a great game.
yeah, I love this game, man. Like it just
Right.
I owned this back in the day. Love this game.
I just
All right,
like
I guess
the way
that's a wrap,
when
isn't
you
it,
get
Ed? Because I know you gotta go.
electrocuted.
yeah, you touch the wall, you get electrocuted.
Yeah, the hour chat. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, I think I said that.
It'd be really cool if they came
Wrap
out
it up,
with
yeah.
a version of that with a special controller that electrocutes you when you get shot or touched. The
I guarantee you, man, we're getting a recharge version of this.
Oh no way! Yeah, we have to.
Yeah, they're going to. They'd be dumb not to
No-brainer.
utilize such a great property.
Sneaky Box and the Atom Project, or whatever, Atom from Sneaky Box.
Atom Vision, yeah.
Hmm.
So they call themselves just Sneaky Box now. So I guess maybe like they combined or whatever. Or
Yeah.
'cause the last 2 recharge games just had Sneaky Box and no Atom
Oh,
Vision
is it?
reference. So
Cool.
So it's
What else we
interesting.
got on the agenda?
And and Jason brought about. So you know what? I would even be fine to Japanese exclusive games that weren't even translated, as long as you could like play them. You know what I mean? Like if it was just like a platformer or something, that would be pretty cool.
Muzz would be the one to figure that out because he would know all that stuff.
It's Berserk, the game where laser bolt can harmlessly pass through your neck.
yes.
Dude, yeah,
And
we need.
actually
Yeah, we need.
Oh yeah, that's right. Do that. I want to see the laser go through your neck.
Wait, hold on. I'm probably just gonna get hit because I'm terrible at it.
It only would work horizontally.
Oh,
Right in the face.
You know, this is based on Battlestar Galactica.
yes.
Oh, because are they supposed to be Cylons?
Get away.
So this is kind of an interesting type of thing. If we'll get I think we talked about it. Like Pete, didn't you say like it'd be cool if they did like a Capcom style, like the blue and the gold lettering? If they were going to do one, that would be cool.
Oh, that would be awesome. Though. The blue and gold.
We're getting a variant this year. I guarantee we're going to get a variant console.
It wouldn't
Yeah, that'd
surprise
be-
me.
Yeah.
Variant EXP. I got a feeling. Well, I guess maybe not though, because the black and the white are already out.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, maybe they won't.
It would be really cool though to have that.
Yeah.
The
Well,
blue, the Capcom blue and yellow would be pretty cool. But I think they might have missed that window from launch, right? If they had it on launch, it would have been better.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Dan, it was Evil Auto. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think because since like they've said like no new hardware and technically it's the same hardware, but then they would just have to like mess more with getting production and getting it done. And now they're
that's true. I think they
I
probably
agree.
had their fill of building stuff right now.
Yeah, they're probably sick of that. Maybe next year. Who knows? Who knows? All right. It's funny though we are approaching the hour, but I'm like, yeah, we can go a little longer. But yeah, I guess we can kind of wrap things up. Nothing else. Kind of feeling
Yeah.
it's like towards the end.
It's all good.
Anybody want to plug? Anybody want to plug anything before we go?
Well, I'll be back in action over here on the bacon ice cream side of things. Now that 300 is up, I've got some really cool projects that I'm working on that we're going to be launching soon. So keep your eyes peeled on that. And of course, plug for Thursday, calling on retro gamers.
Yeah.
You know, could it finally be? Could it finally be the end? Tune in to find out.
So it's funny. I told Rich we're going to try to keep the intro of that to 10 minutes instead of our usual 30 to 45. You know, that we
Yeah,
can
just so we can get into
game.
the action. Yeah.
We're going to try.
What do you guys
I
talk
don't-
about for 35 minutes? Intro.
Oh, there's always some kind of news or something.
Yeah.
We're always talking about this.
I think sabotages us. Yeah.
That's our podcast. Our podcast is nothing but an intro.
No, there is no rails on our podcast. It's
When is
just
y'all's
the
next
rails
podcast?
from the start.
When is y'all's next podcast or hot dog caster? I forget what.
Who knows?
Whatever you feel like.
He decides like 15 minutes before he's going to start it.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's
Like, yeah, we're just gonna do it.
It's like, yeah. That's the problem with them two young kids, right? Like they're priority one. So
Of
Yeah,
course, of
yeah.
course.
For sure.
you know that's how it goes.
Well, Pete, what do you got going on your channel next week?
Same old. Same old. Got a bunch of stuff coming. Working on some more Evercade content. Yeah, bunch of stuff coming. Nothing really revolutionary unless Funstock decides to poop the bed and announce all the remaining coverages,
Do it.
which I'm okay with.
Yeah, why not, right?
Right.
That's about it.
What do you got going on, Crow?
Oh, maybe I'll finish a video. Because I really haven't. I think I've worked on a video like maybe an hour total this week. It seems like as soon as I sit down to start working on stuff, I have to stop. And then other times it's like, I want to play this game instead. So I'll be playing it, especially since the Steam sale, because like I gotta try this game out. I gotta try this game out. And then meanwhile I'm like halfway through a video, not even halfway. I think I barely just started it. I'm talking about the IRIM one, and then I've got footage for one for the pinball channel that has been sitting there for like a week or so. I haven't touched that footage, so who knows? Maybe I'll finish something.
Oh wow! And let's see. For me, hopefully, Monday, Tuesday, I'll have my XP and I can do an unboxing and I can take a look at. I can go ahead and take a look at that.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm hoping it comes in there for you.
Yeah. I can't wait. Well, I can see through the camera like the sexiness of how awesome it is and the texture, and then I know like Richie keeps saying like you really got to get your hands on it to appreciate it. I'm like I know. So yeah,
For sure. No, it's definitely a fun time, man.
That'll be neat, and then I can get caught up on Toplin and all those other things, and finally I can be with the rest of everybody and give my opinions on Tate.
Hey, I still haven't touched Toplan. I still haven't touched it.
Yeah.
I still haven't touched the other one. No, IRIM. I am in the middle of IRIM.
We'll get to it next month.
Yeah,
Right?
next month. That makes sense.
5,900.
All right. Peace out, peeps.
Cool. All right, everybody. Thanks as always. Thanks so much
peeps.
for checking this out.
Peeps.
Thanks for checking this out. And if you're watching this video and if you haven't, please like, comment, subscribe to all our channels and all that. I will say, just to share a little YouTube, like 65 or something% of the people that watch me are subscribed. I really appreciate that. Hopefully I can get that up to like 80 or more. But anyways, thanks everyone. Tune in next week, same time and all that. And we appreciate you all.
Bye.
See you guys.
Later, Gators.